So the Switch 2 comes out in a couple days. Actually, it might actually be out by the time you watch this. It probably will be. But they recently put out a video talking about some new features that were added to the N64 app on Nintendo Switch Online. And, well, I've got some words to say. How we doing? Radio Geek here. And this video is going to be kind of short because while I don't have a lot to say about this, I do have some things to say. This video could have been a tweet or a blue sky or something, but screw it, I'm making a video instead. So the update mentioned goes over three things. 1, rewind. 2, a CRT filter. And 3, customizable controls. Rewind is a feature that's in every other NSO app where if you make a mistake, you can just hold down the rewind button and try again until you get it right. I think the first time I'd seen something like this was in the Xbox 360 port of Duke Nukem 3D. And then later on, that was put into the Cursed Randy edition. But a lot of modern ports of retro games have this feature now, and it's a nice time saver, especially if, you're playing one of the more brutally difficult games. It just saves you from having to do the same thing over and 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 over again. And yes, the argument could be made that having to do the same thing over and over and over and over again will make you better at the game, but you don't have to use it. It's just nice to have the option, And remember, because this will be important later, this is a thing that has been in every other NSO app since day one. Another feature that's been in every other NSO app is the CRT filter. Now, some people like CRT filters, some don't. I know when I was streaming on Twitch, either from the NSO app or the built-in CRT filters in my retro tank, OBS kind of hates them, so there is that. But when I'm playing on my own, I like to have them on. I just think it adds a little something. And now this feature's coming to the N64 app. Kind of. The last feature coming to the app is customizable controls. This one is really nice because the N64 controller is a unique animal. If you've ever tried to play an N64 game on an emulator, you know that the controls don't always translate well to modern controllers. It's janky, but you can make it work. And playing an N64 game with Joy-Cons is like using a broken Mad Catz controller. If you know, you know. Back when GoldenEye was released on the N64, a lot of people complained about its bad controls because, again, they just don't translate well to a modern controller. And if you've ever tried to play Turok on a Joy-Con controller, it's unplayable. It's so bad. So this is a welcome addition to the app, and it will be available on both the Switch 1 and the Switch 2, which I still think is a stupid name, but that's not the point. But here's where we run into some bullshit. The rewind feature and the CRT filter, which you may or may not count as a feature, but whatever. Both of those things, I'm pretty sure, have been in every other NSO app since day one. And they're in a lot of other modern ports of classic games like the Castlevania collections and the Mega Man collections and even the Sega Genesis Mega Drive Classics collection. But here, it's being hidden behind the $450 paywall that is the Switch 2. $500 if you count the $50 a year NSO plus expansion pack subscription thing. I see no actual reason for this beyond corporate greed. You can't tell me that the Switch 1 or regular Switch or whatever we're calling it now, just Switch, I guess, lacks the processing power to produce a CRT filter on an N64 game when it can run fucking Doom Eternal. Now, if you're already planning on getting a Switch 2, or if you've already got your pre-order in or whatever, this is probably not something that you care about. But for those of us who have no interest in a Switch 2, at least not at the moment, and I don't have an interest in the Switch 2 at the moment, it doesn't do anything that the regular Switch doesn't do except for better hardware. Metroid Prime 4 is going to be on the Switch one, I guess. Voice chat was something the Xbox 360 did 20 years ago, and you know what else is a mouse? A mouse. But this isn't really about not being able to use these features just because you don't want to switch too. Okay, it's not only about that, it's kind of about that. Like I said, these are features that were available day one on all these other apps, and I see no reason why they can't be available on the regular Switch. Comment down in the thing. The control remapping is really nice. I will grant them that. If you've ever, like I said, if you've ever tried to play Turok on the N64 app using Joy-Cons, you know that it can't be done. I mean, I already have a hard copy of every Turok game on my N64, so I can play them with a real controller. And I can also just play the Night Dive remasters, which are just an all-around better experience, but still. If they ever get around to adding Castlevania Legacy of Darkness to that app, it'll be really nice for me then. Anyway, that's it. Still recording footage for the Quake video, and I've decided that my channel is focused mostly on games because, well, simply enough, I like games. That's it. I was asked in my Discord if I have a regular upload schedule, or if I will have a regular upload schedule, or if I just will make a video whenever ideas come to me, and I'm just going to make ideas. I'm just going to make videos whenever ideas come to me. So, yeah. But I do want to start talking about other things on the channel too. Nothing concrete planned, but if there's something that comes up that I want to talk about, I will. But anyway, I got to split. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.